Hello, FBLA local chapter leaders. My name is Amandaga and I am the state treasurer. And presenting with me today is Catherine Manwaring, Southern Region Vice President. This presentation will cover a multitude of topics to get your local chapter ready for the 2020-2021 FBLA season. Welcome to tonight's presentation.
The topics that we will be covering today are over your duties as your local chapter treasurer. We will be going over what it might look like for your chapter to fundraise throughout this year, along with how to effectively market those events so that they run smoothly. Also, we will talk about the importance of sponsorships for your chapter and the businesses that you interact with by creating them. Additionally, we will discuss how important it is to have strong financial planning for your year's treasurer. Then we will share a few tips that may help you run your year a bit smoother. After that, we will give you a couple of resources that you can utilize throughout the year. And finally, we'll have a question and answer session to answer any of your burning questions.
We will focus on three key aspects today: fundraising, sponsorships, and financial planning. Our first topic will be fundraising. We will cover ways to fundraise, such as selling items or taking donations. Then we will focus on sponsorships, where you need to foster relationships with local businesses to help offset costs. Finally, we will cover the financial planning for the year and member dues.
Okay, so a couple of examples for fundraising are a candy fundraiser that you can host at your school. But I know this year is looking a little bit different, so follow your school's restrictions on that. You can sell spiritware at any local sporting events or any community events that you're having throughout your hometown. Also, you could sell 50-50 tickets at those events. And additionally, the last one that I have here is that you could host food nights with local restaurants. It is very important for your local chapter to do fundraisers whenever you can to help pay for your chapter's financial needs and or help pay for people to attend conferences. One of the best ways to fundraise is to establish sponsorships with companies and businesses in your area. You can reach out to contacts that you may know in that business or network and establish many new relationships in order to successfully create that sponsorship. These are a win-win for your chapter and the business involved because it gives your chapter the finances that it needs to run effectively throughout the year, and it may give the business a new source of marketing as well. Here's a video to help get to know how to get those sponsorships.
Hi, I'm Evan Carmichael. Welcome to another edition of Ask Evan. In today's episode, I'm going to answer a question from Tamal, who's one of my newsletter readers, who wants to put on a music festival as his business and has had a hard time raising capital for it to get the sponsors to help him launch it, and wanted my advice on how to get that thing going. So a couple things. If you are going after sponsorship, they want to see that you have something. It's really hard to go after businesses to say, hey, I'd like you to sponsor me and give me whatever it is, $500, $10,000, whatever it is that you need from them, when there's nothing for them to look at beyond just an idea. So you want to build up momentum. So what I would do with you, if you're starting up this movement around youth, especially with a music concert, is kick up a lot of noise on social media. So build a Twitter following, build a Facebook following, talk about what you want to do, get people excited about it, get people coming to your site and interacting. You want to build up as much momentum as you can as possible to get it going. Start a newsletter, create a YouTube channel if you need to, try to get people organized in some way. So if you have a flash mob or something to get on the media's attention as well, just to start building some momentum. So you're not an unknown quantity. If you're not going to a business and say, hey, I have an idea, it's just on paper and there's nothing to back you up, you have all this momentum. You can say you have thousands of people following you on Facebook and Twitter and on your newsletter that you can access right away. That's an opportunity that businesses would jump on. So first, take that time to build up a following, build up an audience through social media, through your newsletter, etc. The next thing I would do is when you're going after your first sponsors, try to go for in-kind partnerships. And that's a lot easier to get in-kind donations instead of money up front. So just depending on what you need for your event, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of stuff that you'll need that you would use the money to go and buy. You might be able to get those guys to be able to give you that amount of dollars, but not in money, but in actual products or services. So think of all the products and services you need to spend to get this event going. Talk to those companies and see if they'd be willing to donate some of their time or some of their products or prizes to be able to promote themselves at the event. It's a lot easier for a company to give up some of their inventory or to give up some of their service time that they may have extra time anyway with their company instead of giving you cash, right? And that can be your lead in. Nobody needs to know that they're only giving you, in-kind donations, but you can start raising a lot of, dollar value items for the event. So you can say, you've raised $50,000 or whatever it is because you have, in-kind products or services. So that's kind of step one. Then you can use that to go after other businesses. You can say, well, we've already partnered up with these companies and we've already got all this attention happening on social media and on our newsletter and some, mini events that you've done. That starts building the momentum. So now when you go and you're talking to companies, you have a lot behind you and it feels like they're going to be missing out if they don't join on the boat. It's a lot better than just going in with a piece of paper and saying, hey, here's an idea we have, but we don't have any traction. So that's what I encourage you to do. And this applies for anything in business. When companies pitched us about raising capital before, if they just came in with an idea, they usually got a no. But if they came in with some momentum, they came with a product and they had a few customers and people willing to buy, or they had a board of directors or board of advisors, anything to show that this is something that is interesting. Because people get pitched all the time, right? The companies that you're going after, they're getting pitched all the time for donations, in kind, and also dollars. And it's hard to figure out who to go with or not. So if you're the one guy who comes in with a whole bunch of traction behind you, a whole bunch of media and online attention, and you already have some other partners, then it's a lot easier for somebody to say yes and pick you instead of everybody else who's pitching them as well. So I hope that helps. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up below. Makes me want to make more of these.
All right, so it is imperative that people know about your fundraiser, whether it's a Chipotle fundraiser or you're selling popcorn. There's no way someone can support it if they don't know about it. So you must use social media, school announcements, or flyers in order to spread the word. And also, companies need to know about your local FBLA chapter. They need to know it exists. And so you have to try to connect with your local chamber of commerce, and they will help you get the message out to all the local businesses in the area.
By being treasurer, it is important to know that you will most likely be taking care of any and all financial projects that your chapter undergoes, such as collecting membership dues or helping to run any fundraisers that your chapter may participate in. So one crucial part of your role that will help you immensely throughout the year is to remain organized in everything that you do. By remaining organized and planning ahead in any tasks or projects that you manage or oversee, you can avoid becoming overwhelmed or missing important dates for tasks like when you turn in your membership dues this year.
We encourage you to work with your local chapter advisor to appoint or elect one person who will be responsible for all team finances. It's abundantly important for you to work on fundraising and scholarships so that you can minimize team dues to make your local chapter more accessible to all students. And if you have any questions, since this was not live, you can, as a Q&A, you can email any of these contacts here. Amadaga, that's me, and I'm the treasurer, and then Catherine Manwaring, that's her email, and then you can just keep checking our website for updates periodically. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.